In this modern age of grassroots media being so present and so popular through the internet, it's so easy to send your opinion on anything to a place for the entire world to see. It's kind of terrifying that all the stupid dumbass shit I say about games, in the hopes of getting a cheap laugh out of 10 or 20 people, has a potential chance to piss off an audience of millions. I love games, and I love having opinions about games, but even though I'm much better at recognizing that they're just my opinions, I still feel like I've entered a parallel dimension when I see someone say Breath of the Wild is bad. There's such a thin line between objective and subjective opinion that I find it incredibly interesting to try and test where that line is, with games, but also all media. Like, if everything is completely subjective, why is it that we all love The Godfather and Michael Jackson and Resi 4? We might even like them for completely different reasons, and some freakish weirdos might not like them at all. But there's something at the core of these different pieces of media that resonates with almost every person that experiences them, no matter who they are or where they're from, that makes them love them. I honestly don't know what it is. I mean, I could analyze each in turn to try and find out why.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
But I think if the formula to make something so great was that easy, everyone would be doing it. There are genuine objective analyses you can make about games. I can sit here and talk about frame rate or font size or complex polygon meshes until the cows come home, but I honestly don't think that's what makes games good. Kratos 2018 might look more realistic than the average bipedal mammalian lifeform out in the real world, but that doesn't mean you could slap his face on a free-to-play mobile game and watch the 5-star reviews roll in. Good video games are something you feel, and not feel like Spider-Man feel, but something that you feel in your heart which gives you a connection, and plants its seeds deep down there where they have you thinking about it constantly when you're not playing it, and for months or even years after it's over. It could be based on the mechanics, or the narrative, or the atmosphere, but it's that connection that I want to hear people try to formulate into words about their favourite games when they're recommending them to me. I used to get embarrassingly passionate about the games that I love, and to this day will kick any man, woman or child in the nuts if they say Bloodborne is bad, especially the women and children. But I remember so vividly thinking and possibly loudly discussing on Reddit that you're ruining Dark Souls 3 by summoning. Now I can still make a case for that, and I'd never willfully summon for a boss myself because it completely breaks the AI. But fucking hell past me, it's in the game for a reason. You can't fucking complain about someone playing a game in a way the designers intended, you absolute moron. Just in case you do summon, before you report me for hate speech, just know that I'm slightly less stupid now, and I feel you should play games in whatever way makes you enjoy them. I mean, without summoners, I wouldn't get any sweet gang spanks. I was an idiot, but knowing I used to be like that gives me a lot of empathy for all the people that still passionately argue over the opinions of YouTubers with strangers online in comment sections. As much as it makes me sad, it also fills me with a weird sense of comfort that I am indeed on the internet. It's a lot easier to have your ideas seen as an opinion when you're just some guy on YouTube, rather than representing the opinions of an entire organization. But I still feel so sorry for these massive organizations with their multi-million pound turnovers and their pre-release reviews based on the first 5 hours of the game. There is such an insane rush to be the first outlet to have an opinion about something that it's so obvious that it's less about the content of the review and more about just the review itself being there with a number 9 at the end. Out of the entirety of SMT, I've only played Persona 5, but I'm at least aware enough to realize that I should maybe play some more of the other games before I try to give a definitive review on one of the most die-hard franchises in gaming by comparing it to its spin-off. I think rather than coming to reviews to get a recommendation on a game, these days a lot of people go there to get their opinions validated on a game they already own. I absolutely do this, but it's because I love to see the way people talk about games I've played, and to hear the details they noticed that stayed with them, or the things they didn't like so much. Even in my own videos, every single one of them is aimed at people who have already experienced the things I'm talking about. And it's not because I want to validate anyone's opinion, but because I want to have that shared connection through the love of these experiences that means so much to me. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that I love hearing people's opinions on games, and I love forming my own stupid opinions and sharing them with you. I think we've got to work together to realize that everything in life is subjective, and almost everything we say about games is our own opinion, our own truth, and that even if we disagree with each other, we can still respect our differences, and work together to share what we love about games, and make them better for everyone. And sincerely, thank you for watching. Peace.